For our last section, we're going to talk about REST and maintenance windows. So if I head over to the documentation and authenticate, one of the things I can actually do within 5.7 is edit, create, view, and delete maintenance windows. And you can see the new section right here under maintenance windows. So one of the first activities we're going to do within the REST documentation is to create a maintenance window. Now, in order to do that, what we're first going to have to do is click on this first post, the API v1 maintenance windows. So let's select post, and we'll have that drop down right here, and I'll move over to the model schema. When I click on the model schema, it should copy it over to my maintenance window to do. And there's a few options that I can actually add in while I create my own maintenance window. And the first action is to suppress alert notifications, as you can see right here. And that's, again, to trigger alerts without sending email notifications. I can also add in categorize alerts, and that's to tag alerts in a maintenance window and cap the severity level at info. Now, if you guys remember, it's going to tag alerts that are used to distinguish between our normal alerts and our maintenance alerts, and we can visualize those within the alert summary and the alerts report. Next, what I want to add is my device ID. So which particular devices do I want to apply to this maintenance window? And if I want to add more than one device, I just need to separate them through commas. Next is the maintenance type. It's going to be the type of maintenance. And so far, the only option here is going to be planned maintenance windows, as you can see right here. Next is name, the name of my maintenance window. I've already gone ahead and typed in my maintenance window 2. And then we can add in any kind of notes, again, any kind of additional information that we'd like to include. So the only real difference between the GUI and the actual API documentation is when it comes down to scheduling instances. By default, we have a particular date format. And as you can see right above my maintenance window, you'll actually see within the parameters, we have a date format within the Unix timestamp in milliseconds. We can change that over to seconds if we want, and we could even change it to ISO 8601 in either seconds or milliseconds. Once we change that type of date format, we just enter that into our begin in date time and end date time. Now I've entered in all the requisite information to build out a maintenance window. All that's left for me to do is click try it out, this button right at the bottom left. So once I click that, I should get a printed response. So let's scroll down just a little bit. And as you can see, I've created my very first maintenance window using the REST documentation. And if I want to go back and check it out within the GUI, I can do that. I'll head over to the maintenance windows page, like I'm in right here. I'll just need to refresh. And there we have it. My maintenance window 2 has been created just through the documentation itself. So another way we can leverage the REST API within maintenance windows is to get a list of maintenance windows. And the first is the straightforward part. If I click get this API v1 maintenance windows and scroll down a little bit, I can just pretty much ignore everything else beyond time format, how many pages or the size, and click try it out and get a printout of all the different types of maintenance windows right here with their actual ID, their name, their notes, the maintenance type, and the beginning and end time. Now, I could also go a little bit further and maybe just view a maintenance window just using a particular ID. And we'll need the ID for the maintenance window that we want to view information for. And we can get IDs for existing maintenance windows by performing what we just did here. And as you can see, I have my ID right here that I can copy over. Now, if I want to still get this particular maintenance window, what I can do is get a maintenance window by a particular ID and my next get option, which is the second one down below, this API v1 maintenance windows /ID. So if I enter that in, all I really need to do is scroll down a little bit and you'll see within this required text field, I can paste in that particular ID and try it out. And now I get the same type of printout for this particular maintenance window. So the final way to view maintenance windows is by leveraging a filter. And the way we can do that is by issuing a post command. The last post command that we have in our listing, the API v1 maintenance window / filter. So let me click on this and expand it down. And all we really need to do is edit any kind of information within the model schema itself. So once I click on that, we have a few fields that will give us, or a few parameters that will help us filter. And those are name, actions, begin date and time, end date and time, and device IDs. We can filter by any one of those parameters, scroll on down and click try it out, and then we can get those requested back. So let's find a particular one, say my maintenance windows 2, which should match my particular maintenance windows that I have within my GUI, my maintenance windows 2. Click try it out, and we should get a response below. So the next operation we can do with the REST documentation is to edit maintenance windows. So what we'll need for that is the ID for the maintenance window that we want to edit. Now remember, we can get these IDs for the existing maintenance windows by performing the view all maintenance windows. So this top get function of API v1 maintenance windows and getting a list from there and then copying it over. So all I have to do is go up to get, click on this, it will drop down, and all I have to really do again is click try out. As I only have 2, I don't have to worry too much about the page or the size of my request. Now what you'll see up here is that my ID. I'll copy that. And then all I need to do is head over to the next put command. So I'll collapse this. And the put command I need is the only one within this listing, the put API v1 maintenance windows /ID. I'll click this, we'll go to the drop down, and then from there, all I need to do is enter in the particular ID that I copied over. Now, the last thing I need to do is copy over the model schema. So I just need to click this field right here, and I'll put it into maintenance window to do field. Now, something very important to remember for this is that we need to provide input for any information we'd like to modify, and we need to make sure we provide input for all the fields, including the fields that we aren't modifying. If we omit any fields, the data for those fields will be deleted. So we need to enter in all the information that is going to stay current, and then any of the new information that we'd like to update on this particular maintenance window. Once we do that, we can click try it out, and then all those edits will carry over onto our new maintenance window. And we can visualize that either by getting a printout of the listing, by getting the get maintenance windows, or if we just look at our maintenance windows filter or anything within the GUI itself. So the last operation we can take in regards to maintenance windows is to delete maintenance windows. So again, we'll need an ID for the maintenance window that we want to delete. So I'm going to head over to get maintenance windows and print out a listing of all the maintenance windows and find the one I want to delete. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to delete my secondary one. I'll copy over that particular ID, collapse this, and then head over to my delete function, the delete API v1 maintenance windows /ID. All I have to do is go into the parameter section, paste in the ID of my maintenance window, click try it out, and I should get my response that's currently deleted. So let's head over to the GUI and see what's happened. All I need to do is refresh, and now my maintenance window has been removed. And with the delete operator, that's all the actions that we can take within the SevOne REST documentation for maintenance windows.